Welcome to the Door County Podcast. Thanks for pushing play. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome into the Door County Podcast. It is March 11th. We weren't going to put an episode out quite yet, but we want to get this out because this episode features downtown Shuttles and Black Sheep Transportation. And for St. Patrick's Day this coming weekend, they are offering rides. It looks like they're open from 1 p.m. and it says until close, obviously, depending how late people are out and about and making appointments. And that's on March 14th. So if you are looking to go out or have some fun on the town or whatever it is you're doing and you're looking for a ride or even a ride home later, go check out Black Sheep Transportation. It's on the Downtown Shuttles Facebook page. You can go to their website as well and make appointments for that. Otherwise, just go get their information, keep it in your phone, keep it with you in case you're looking for that ride home. And then later on, you will get to hear in this episode from Hayden Allsweed, the owner, operator of Downtown Shuttles and Black Sheep Transportation, on everything they have to offer in this upcoming season. But don't forget about them on St. Patrick's Day this coming weekend. I don't know how the weather is going to, work with us. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty much done with winter, and I normally don't mind it because I actually enjoy snowblowing, believe it or not. Kind of like, I put my earbuds in, I throw on a podcast, and sooner than later, I'm done. And I just kind of enjoy it. It's kind of satisfying when you're all done, especially if the sun peeks out and you got a little bit of that blacktop exposed and it all starts melting. But this winter has sucked because the snow, like this little half inch, 1 inch, 1.5 inch snow flurries, accumulation that we've been getting all winter long, seems like every second or third day, is just annoying, man. It's just enough that if you don't go clean it up, it's going to get packed down in your driveway. It feels like you're wasting your time getting the snowblower out for that little bit. You got to put it in third or fourth gear and just go. So that is what I am pretty much done with. I don't mind the cold. Born and raised here. I get it. Used to the cold. I don't even mind the snow. But when you do that, I just give us some snow. I can't handle the little 1 inch, half-inch little flurries, just enough to cover your driveway, like I said before. So it's annoying. And it kind of looks like we got another, I don't know what they're saying, 8 to 10 inches coming on Sunday. I'm pretty much done with it. I don't know about all of you, but I'm sure all of you are as well. So St. Patrick's Day this weekend, let's go over some of the things that are happening in town. This is per destination Sturgeon Bay. It looks like, well, you got the parade. Starts at 11, and it starts at Sawyer Park, and they travel down Madison Avenue across the Michigan Street Bridge and proceed down 3rd Avenue, and then they finish at Jefferson Street. It says, come early to stake your spot and enjoy live entertainment offered at venues throughout the city. Well, there's quite a few places that you can line up and get a good view of this parade, but if you want to go down there earlier, maybe the weather will cooperate with us on Saturday at least. Looks like Kitty O'Reilly's Irish Pub annual St. Patrick's Day celebration. They have breakfast specials from 8 to 11 a.m., corned beef hash, Irish Benedict, and more. And then from 11 to 9 p.m., they have lunch and dinner, corned beef and cabbage, Reuben. I love a good Reuben. I always go try the Reuben wherever. If I'm at a restaurant and I haven't had the Reuben, I get it and try it. And then 12 p.m., they're having a bagpipe performance. That must be pretty cool. I do love hearing some bagpipes. And then from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., they will have live music. Bayshore Outfitters, here's another option. It looks like for some breakfast, St. Patrick's Day Lucky Charms breakfast. 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., they'll have cereal and milk, dairy-free option as well. Bring your appetite. Along with breakfast, hot chocolate, green beer, and other beverages and treats will be available at their patio pub. Green beer, I've never had it, believe it or not. I'm not a fan of beer. I don't like beer. I like other adult beverages. But the green beer, I can't imagine what that does to you the next day. After breakfast, it looks like it's a good spot for the parade, so go have a Lucky Charms breakfast. And then Friday through Sunday, they have 50% off all winter clothing and footwear. 3rd Avenue Playworks Indoor Winter Market, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. TAP will be hosting their last indoor winter market of 2026. There'll be a large variety of locally made products, including art, crafts, knit clothing, food, and much more. They have a whole list of vendors here, too. You can go to thirdavenueplayworks.org and find that out. Wilkins and Olander, fun-filled Irish day, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They'll have sweet treats for the crowd, shamrock and mimosas to sip on, and a lucky sale with 17% off store-wide, and that's at Wilkins and Olander. Also have a pot of gold giveaway valued at $200, and you can go snap a photo under their rainbow balloon arch. That should be pretty cool. If the weather cooperates, it says. Starboard Brewing Company, Irish-inspired beer and food, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Starboard Brewing Company will be tapping 2 beers, Irish Export Stout, and a whiskey barrel-aged Irish Imperial Red. I don't even know what that means. So all you beer enthusiasts out there, you can go check that out. Articipation Studio and Gallery, Wet Felting Irish Landscape Workshop with Nicole Herbst. 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Join Door County's artist and popular workshop instructor Nicole Herbst at Articipation Studio and Gallery's Magic Table and celebrate St. Patrick's Day weekend by creating a small felted landscape inspired by the Irish countryside and the early spring beauty of Door County. And then Waterfront Mary's St. Patrick's Day fish boil. Here's a fish boil. That was one of the things we talked about in our last episode. It was in the top 10 things to do when you come to Door County. Waterfront Mary's, 5:30 p.m. Saturday fish boil. Reservations required. St. Patrick's Week food and drink specials: corned beef and cabbage dinner, Reuben rolls, green beer, Irish car bombs, etc. Reuben rolls. Okay, so I had Reuben rolls for the first time actually at another restaurant in Algoma, Millie's Pub and Grub. The first time I ever had them, never even heard of them before. Phenomenal. Reuben rolls are awesome. So that is some of the events going on in Sturgeon Bay on St. Patrick's Day, along with the parade and everything on March 14th. And you can go check this out yourself. Just go search it up or go to Destination Sturgeon Bay's website. Everything is right there. I'm sure there's a lot more happening even north. You can just search it up and check it out. So that's what's happening in St. Patrick's Day. Let's hope the weather at least holds up on Saturday so it can be nice for everybody out there. But now back to the green beer. I'm curious. I'm going to put a poll out there to see how many of you drink green beer and participate in the green beer. So look for the poll. I know it'll be on Spotify, and maybe I'll put it up on the Door County Podcast website or Facebook page as well. So now we are going to jump into the meat of the episode, and we sat down and interviewed Hayden Allswede. And now you can learn about Door County Shuttles and how that all started and what kind of services they offer and their new business adventure, Black Sheep Transportation. So keep them in your mind, check out this interview, and put them in your phone. Go to their website, check everything out, make sure you're ready for summer, in case you have a little too much or just need a ride somewhere. It doesn't have to be a drinking thing. It can be anything. You need a ride to the airport, don't want to leave your car there, he'll take you there. So check out Hayden Allswede. Here he is from Downtown Shuttles and Black Sheep Transportation. This week we are talking with Hayden Allswede from Downtown Shuttles, which was an exciting new business adventure last year, and he has another one that he's going to talk about for us this coming year. I don't even know all the details about it. I don't know how many details he will get into about it. I can't wait to hear it. So welcome in, Hayden.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us a little bit about Downtown Shuttles and where you got that idea and where it came from, because it was a good idea. We even used it a couple times.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I thought of it my senior year in high school. I was in an entrepreneurship class, and they told us to think about a business idea to go off of, write some ideas about it, and go from there with it. So I thought of the street legal golf carts, but they're legally called an LSV, low-speed vehicle. And I thought it'd be fun to give people tours with them, bring people from a bar, restaurant, hotel, things like that. Then eventually I wrote down everything in that class. Then when I graduated, I thought about that could actually be a fun and probably profitable business idea. So I did some more research on it, talked to locals in the community, got my taxi license approved from the city, bought the vehicle from a local business called Peninsula Sales and Storage, got all the permits, insurance, and started in May last year.
Yeah, and it's a pretty cool idea because one, it's got to be fun driving that thing around. I mean, even if you have to deal sometimes with intoxicated people, but we took it and we just went for a ride and went over the bridge and it was really nice out. And then you call it premium rides, and I really liked that. You know, it says,
Yeah.
well, you didn't call it that. It's downtown shuttles, but it says premium rides, and people can really get a good scenic view, if they want, of the city. Did you ever end up doing stuff with marinas? Because I know that was like an initial idea that I thought that was really smart. You know, people come up here and they live on their boats, and there's not much for Uber or anything like that. So, did you ever get into the marinas?
Yeah, I put up some flyers in the marinas. It was slow at first. I got one or two customers, and then they told their friends about it. Then those friends told their friends about it. And by the end of the summer, almost everyone in the marinas knew about me. They were getting rides from me. They just wanted simple rides, like from the marina to a bar or restaurant, and then ride back home after. But yeah, it was very very nice, and always very nice people there. And yeah.
So the other question I wanted to ask is pricing. I don't know if you want to go over that, but I think you put that out pretty public. So your pricing was unbelievable.
Yeah, so I started out with $2.50 a person. To go over the bridge, it was a $3 group charge. My goal was to have it as cheap as possible, but also be able to make money off it, though.
Well, yeah, you got to make money.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
obviously. Yeah, it's because I wanted to be cheaper at first, because I'd rather people say, "Oh, that's really cheap," versus, "Oh, that's way too expensive." So then I figured I could always like go more in the future, and eventually I did get advertisers on the top. I reached out to different local businesses midway through my season. I had a top added to it, so I could advertise those local businesses. This year, I'm gonna be going more with the advertisements. Yeah, and there are going to be some new updates next year. I don't want to get into them right away, but you could feel free to check our Facebook page out. We always update that. That's the newest updates. You also go to our website too, and we always update there. More information on there if you're interested.
so I have another question. Is there any thought of an expansion, like maybe a second cart?
I have looked at a second card in the past. They are a bit pricey, so it wouldn't be something right away. But I have looked at different options for a cart in the future.
I can imagine those things are pricey. You don't have to tell us about that. I
Yeah.
mean, I kind of know because I see them because they bring them around to like the farmers market and events. They'll be parking them and have them for sale, showing people. Another question I had, and this is just me being curious, is does a battery make it a whole night?
It depends. If it's like super busy, then I normally charge it like halfway through the night, just like when it's slower. I kind of go around to like 6 or 7 p.m. just because like that's when people are most of the time eating at restaurants, not really out. So I take that time to charge it and get the charge up a little bit. But there have been once or twice where I did have to push it home, but it wasn't that far of a push though.
How hard is it to change the battery in that? I suppose there's a lot of them in there, right?
It is like one big battery, but it's bolted in.
Oh,
There's
okay.
all kinds of wires and stuff, and I would not want to
Oh,
mess with
okay, okay. I
that.
was just curious because if you could have like a spare, you know?
Oh yeah.
Also, events. Did you ever get into any, like if somebody wants to privately hire you, like let's say, example, they're having a wedding at Stone Harbor, wherever in town, there's a wedding party, and they just want to hire you for the night. I'm sure you would work out with them the fee for the night. So, I mean, we don't need to go into that because I'm sure every party might be different. Would you do stuff like that where they just hire you out for the night? And if you sit, you sit. If they want to go all over, you're like, all right, let's go here. Let's go here.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually did that a couple of times last year. It wasn't as busy as I thought it would be. I did have a couple. I had 2 weddings I drove for, and then I also had a private party where it was someone having a party at their house. I transported the golf cart out there. I gave people a shuttle from their car to the party, and then back from the party to back to their car. And then I also have done bar hopping in the past too, where people pay a hourly rate, and then I take them from bar to bar to wherever they want to go. And then at the end of the night, I bring them back to their either car or hotel, because sometimes when they get done, they want to go back to a hotel and they can't really drive. So we offer different transportation services for that too.
Yeah, let me tell you, I didn't look it up, but I do believe an OWI runs you around $1,500 to $2,000 these days. I'm not sure what it is. I would rather just give you $20 instead of the $2.50 to get me somewhere because that's like way cheaper.
Yeah, I am personally friends with a handful of police officers in Sturgeon Bay, and they have mentioned to me multiple times how the $2.50, even 20, even $50 is way cheaper and way better than having a DUI on your record.
Exactly. That's why I never understand like some of these athletes and people with money, in bigger cities where they'll end up with being arrested or doing 100 miles an hour, and they have plenty of money to even pay an Uber, but
Yeah.
people just sometimes don't make good decisions. So we hope we can spread this around because it's inexpensive in my mind, in my opinion, and it's a really good option. Plus, you get to see the city. What about your Jeep? Do you sometimes go to that at night? I don't want to like get you into any plans you're not trying to do, but last year I did see you around with your Jeep, like when it gets later at night. Do you offer rides that way? Is the pricing the same? Is that information that's going to come out?
Yeah, so actually, with the Jeep, I actually traded in the Jeep and got a Chrysler Pacifica, and that is for another business I'm starting called Black Sheep Transportation. And it's going to be adjacent to downtown Shuttles. They're both connected. Black Sheep Transportation has its own number. It's part of the Downtown Shuttles website, so you get book rides in there still with it. So it's basically going to be separate. Downtown Shuttles is still going to be just the golf cart in Sturgeon Bay's entertainment district, though. And Black Sheep Transportation is eventually, my goal is to eventually take that with like more vehicles, limos, party buses, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, now you're talking. I like the limos. There's not, I mean, maybe there is somewhere, and I don't know, but little side story. Then we'll get right back into Black Sheep Transportation for sure, because I seen the van. I mean, humble little plug. I put the lettering on it, and it looks sharp. It does look nice really good. Van. The thing almost looks like a limo itself. It's really cool looking. Minivans are getting pretty sweet these days, actually.
Oh, yeah.
So, every once in a while, I would like to find, there used to be a limo service in town. They didn't hardly advertise. This is a long time ago. I mean, I'm talking 10, 15 years ago, probably. But every once in a while, I'd like to rent one. They had a couple different ones. We'd get the 8 or 12 passenger, and we'd rent it for like 8 hours. And we'd go out to eat, me and friends and a bunch of couples. We'd just go out to eat, and we'd go to bars, and if everybody split it, it wasn't bad. I don't know what limo prices are these days, but just something that you got me thinking about now. If you ever get into the limo service, but even with this minivan, I mean, that's pretty sweet. I'm older now, and I don't care what I get in and out of as long as I get home these days. I don't have to be fancy. To me now, it's all more about comfort than style. You're a lot younger than me, so you might be more about style than comfort. I don't know. I don't want to speak for you, but so Black Sheep Transportation. Let's get into that. I was excited when you called me with a new, business possibility and started telling me. So I have not let the cat out of the bag, but you're driving around town now. So Black Sheep is going to be kind of more professional, or is it just kind of taken over what you were doing with your Jeep?
Yeah, so I'm looking to be more professional, more luxury.
Luxury is the word I was looking for.
Yeah. Yeah, because I always try my best to, I always clean it. I always sanitize everything after every ride. I vacuum it every day. I actually am buying a steamer to like steam the seats and everything like that. My goal is to have it as premium, as clean, as nice as possible. And the reason I chose the name Black Sheep Transportation is because, one, in my personal opinion, it sounded kind of cool. Also because the stereotypical taxi cab isn't really the best, so I wanted to be almost the black sheep of taxi cabs.
That is perfect. I was actually wondering that, and I thought about that for a minute. Also, not to mention, the logo is pretty freaking cool. What you can do with that, so maybe down the road you could buy a Black Sheep Transportation T-shirt with Door County on it, and it's pretty cool logo. I like it a lot. So is Black Sheep going to do anything with like maybe airport transportation, maybe now or when you get another vehicle? If somebody finds you on the internet and they're flying into Green Bay and they're staying in Door County, are you going to do stuff like that?
Yeah, I actually have done it in the past too. When I actually had a Jeep, I did give people rides to the airport. Some people come up here for the summer because it's absolutely beautiful in Door County in the summer. So some people come up here, they stay at condos, hotels, place like that. They come up here, stay up for a while. Then they call me. I give them right back to the airport. so that they don't have to worry about renting a car. They don't have to worry about transportation. They don't have to worry about anything. They just call me. They pay the fee. I drop them off, and that's it then.
It's probably cheaper than renting a car, because you rent a car. I don't know if I've ever rented one, but I can only imagine. Oh, I have called on it before to go to Wisconsin Dells and be able to take everybody, and it was not cheap. And then you got to fill it back up, So I don't know what your fees are. Maybe you're still working on that. You don't have to give that out here because again, every trip might be different. But now with that van, I mean, you got a good spot for their luggage.
Oh yeah.
And you can haul a little bit more. I mean, the Jeep was probably good too at that, but there's just a lot more room in the back of these vans to haul stuff.
Oh yeah.
Anything else that you want to tell people about both of your businesses, Downtown Shuttles and Black Sheep Transportation, that they might want or need to know about this upcoming season?
So for Downtown Shuttles, I am planning on opening back up first season. May 2nd is I'm planning my opening date. And we also are be going for more hours, more days open. I'm looking at doing from like Wednesday through Sunday from about 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. all those days. And with Black Sheep Transportation, I'm looking at doing that from about 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Wednesday through Sunday too. The hours may be different, but that's what we're planning right now. So that's what we could probably expect for the future.
Yeah, and people got to understand a little bit, especially with, I mean, now you got a year under your belt with Downtown Shuttles, but Black Sheep, you might change your hours if all of a sudden you're getting like a ton of requests for some reason, always on Mondays. Maybe you won't be open Wednesday, but you'll run it through Monday. So that's just how it goes with the business. Like I learned fast in the winter that business goes away for me for a couple months. So, that's when you got to find something and figure something out. And some of your hours might vary as well. I'm sure like if the 4th of July lands on a Tuesday, like you'll be out and stuff like that. But most important, I think, would be, from what it sounds like, is for people to find your Facebook page and your website. Do you want to give out your website information? Because it sounds like you can book on there and everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so our website, you can find us on Google. If you use Google Downtown Shuttles, it brings up all our information on there. You can go through our website. Our website also has all those social medias, our Facebook, Instagram. You can book rides on our website. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's almost all you have to tell people these days. Just Google our name, and as long as it says Sturgeon Bay, I mean, people will just look, oh, that's it. There's a logo. They don't. It's business dependent, but sometimes people don't even put a phone number on logos or vehicles anymore because people just snap a picture of it and they'll Google it.
Yeah.
It's so much easier. But, well, I tell you what, I am happy for you opening back up, especially with the Downtown Shuttles, because we don't go out a lot, but when we do, it's nice to know, like, hey, come pick me up. I don't care if it's $5. I'm giving you $20. Bring me home. Like, because these days, if you have, one or two, and it doesn't have to be a drinking thing. Sometimes people think of that with cabs. That's why I wanted you to talk about Black Sheep Transportation, because sometimes you just got to go somewhere. And if there's nothing available, or if you don't have a car, Hayden's available most of the time. So go to his website or Google Downtown Shuttles. Everything, it sounds like, is right there. Just get to his website and you can find everything you need to know. Go check it out now, especially if you're listening to this and you're in Florida or wherever else you live and you're coming back here for the summer, because there's a lot of that. You can have him on your mind. Get to the airport. He'll bring you wherever you want, and then he can run you around for the summer. Maybe some millionaire can just book you for the whole summer.
I really hope that happens.
All right. Well, thanks, Hayden, for stopping in. I love your service in town, and thanks for thinking of the locals, and I will definitely be seeing you around this spring.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
And there you have it, Hayden Allsweed from Downtown Shuttles and Black Sheep Transportation. We want to thank Hayden for taking time to do this interview, and we look forward to talking to him this summer. And I hope all of you can also take note and remember Downtown Shuttles and Black Sheep Transportation if you need that service this upcoming season. And don't forget St. Patrick's Day this weekend. He will be available. That's going to do it for this episode of the Door County Podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe, like, and follow button wherever you're listening. It helps the show. We want to upgrade some equipment and have a bunch of other exciting things coming, including a website. But in the meantime, Here's a couple of the places you can find us.
Like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss out. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Door County Pod and on YouTube at Door County Podcast. Feel free to email the show with stories, questions, or if you are a business owner and would like to see what it takes to be a part of the show, doorcountypod@gmail.com.